Gemini, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from the 12th to the 18th of February, and I might have to pull you a few more cards, Gemini, okay? Like every other sign, there's a bit of a mixed bag here, okay? The King of Cups is your crowning card. The King of Cups can refer to a water sign, male or female, who's having quite a big impact in your life, okay? He's what's crowning the week. Or, Gemini, you're being called to be emotionally expressive, okay? Because your additional guidance card is the truth be told. So both these cards are about expressing, particularly your deep emotional experience, what you're feeling, what's going on for you, okay, emotionally, because there might be a little bit of, there seems to be some issues around an emotional situation, but this is your additional guidance. Express yourself and drop the mask, because this mask has fallen off and this wise owl presents himself, which is about wisdom. And the King of Cups is a very, very emotionally wise character. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Strength card. Absolutely. This card is about power. It's about being resourceful, calling on energy that you didn't know you had. It's also about leading from your heart and not your head. So leading from your heart, it's follow what you love, Gemini, okay? Because there might be a sense of a little bit of push and pull. Even some of you might even be torn between two people, but follow your heart, because she's got her eye on her North Star and she's heading in that direction, and she's not letting anything from the past stop her in reaching forward for her destiny. So this is right at the root of the situation, is the Strength card, resourcefulness. And she has overcame the lion and they now walk side by side. So the lion can represent your fears, your limitations, that sort of thing. You start the week with the beautiful Empress card. Now the Empress card is about love. She rules the earth signs. She represents the heart, sensuality, sexuality. I always connect her with one of the earth sign peoples. But she could represent anything. She also represents family, motherhood, but she holds the sign of Venus in her hands, which is love, basically, particularly sensual love. It's with the Seven of Swords here, Gemini. So you've got a couple of cards about your thinking. And I've got a feeling that some of your thinking processes are still attached to a past situation. This might only be for one person. If that happens, guys, we have to be generous. The Seven of Swords is a card. It's called the Thief card and the Trickery card. What that means at a deeper level is overthinking and your thoughts preventing you from enjoying this beautiful energy of love, sensuality, and she's also the forces of attraction, because she's Mother Nature. It's like the bee to the flower, this beautiful force of attraction. But you might have a thinking process that is stopping you fully engaging with this beautiful goddess, okay? Or you're not feeling in this love nature because mentally you can't decide whether to go back to the Two Swords or to go forward beyond this archway into your future. Because next to it you've got the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands again represents the attraction force. It's about new possibilities, new potentials, and he's got a wand. So there's one wand that's sticking out. It's about desire, love and sexual attraction. Now it's with the Four of Cups, so I'm going to pull another card because I've got you emotionally a little bit flat here, Gemini, okay? This person's been offered this cup. The cup is the same gown as the Empress, but your energy is quite flat. I call this card, it's about an inertia, not going forward with this wand and not going forward with the Strength card. And I'm not sure why. You know what, Gemini? Don't, because you're tired. Look, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to retreat in order to recharge your batteries. And maybe that's why you're having difficulty in putting your hand out to grab this cup that's been offered to you. It's an interesting card, that Four of Cups. I almost sense it's a sense of inertia, a little bit of lethargy. And if that's the case, because you're exhausted here. But the forces of attraction are still going on. These are very, very similar colours. The colours of orange, of passion, of something driving you forward, Gemini. And I really want you to follow your heart and express yourself emotionally. You then go into a bit of withdrawn energy. Again, it's another Swords card, the Three of Swords. Something from the past which is still clouding the present. Okay? Three of Swords is a picture of, because it's a Swords card, and even though it's piercing your heart, it's the memory of some sort of split, some sort of division that's happened, Gemini, okay? Because it's with the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords has got a couple of different meanings, but she's definitely a card about being a bit separate, disconnecting yourself, because you have got the Hermit as well. So there's a call for you almost to go into quiet time. Now, what I don't want you to do, Gemini, is not express your truth of what you're going through and to follow your heart, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune as well. And the Wheel of Fortune is that date with destiny, turning your circumstances around. I've almost got a feeling some Geminis are really tired, okay? You're the second sign. Cancer got a very similar energy. No, not Cancer, Taurus, of having to withdraw a little bit. Your cards are speaking about the same. But what I don't want you to do is not genuinely express, because look, the Queen of Cups. Not to express what's going on for you, because that's how you become a queen and a king. By expressing your emotional world, following this passion that's drawing you forward, and this force of the Empress. But I think you might be really tired and need a retreat. There might be something that needs to be processed here, but that's 7 and that's 3. And the way that we really process experiences can be about going into the silence, going into the withdrawal, because we've got the Queen of Swords, and her power is the power to cut through people, places and things, and to get, her third eye is wide awake, and so is the Sword of Truth. But maybe, Gemini, you've got some working through of a couple of things. I think it's particularly something to do with a past relationship, okay? That's what I'm picking up. But she is the one, she's dressed in purple and blue, which is the higher chakras. She's this observer, this spiritual eye, who has the ability to clear and process these experiences from the past, okay? The outcome, the Wheel of Fortune with the Hermit, that is when our experience turns to wisdom. And that's what the Lamp of Hermes is. And that's all knowledge is. It's an experience that's turned to gold, and that's what the Queen and King of Cups is as well. But sometimes for it to turn to gold and the Wheel of Fortune, we need to go a bit within to work through what we've gone through. Whatever that is, Gemini, I've got no idea, okay? Now you can contact me directly. My email's in the About section. But to get to these beautiful golden energies and to be a true King and Queen of Cups, what these swords cards need to be worked through. And you need to follow your heart, your passion, right to the end. And that's when it turns into this beautiful lamp. And we have the power to guide other people through our process. And that's how the Wheel of Fortune opens up. And no one else, we don't get this wisdom. Everyone gets it the same way. Gemini, if we like it or don't like it, that's exactly the cards that you've got. And that's, we all get the same lessons. Okay, Gemini, I'll be back next week. You can get me directly through my email. Loads of love. Bye.